I'm getting the best Christmas gift ever. I get to interview one of my favorites, Atlantic Starr's Wayne Lewis. So let's get closer this Thursday, 6:30 p.m. on One Take Live with Monica May. I am so excited. And I posted something on Facebook the other day and I said, I am about to fangirl. Wayne already knows that Atlantic Starr is by far one of my favorite groups. How are you? And welcome to One Take Live with Monica May. How you doing?
I'm so good, Monica. How you doing?
I am so well. I am so well. I wanted to jump right into why I'm such a fangirl. The year was 1976. Three brothers, David, Wayne, and Jonathan, got together and they lived up in Westchester, that area up in New York. And some were on keyboards, some were on drums, but they were all vocalists. And
Yeah.
the group started out and actually I'm going to have Wayne tell the story because it was several groups joining together. So tell us
Yeah.
the story.
Yeah. Well, um, there's a 4-year age gap between Jonathan and myself and David. 4.5, 4, or closer to 5 to David. And Jonathan came from a group called New Band.
Uh-huh.
And they played kind of mostly jazz funk. And Sharon Bryant came from a group called South Road Connection, which was about a 10-minute walk from my house up the hill.
Mm-hmm.
And they were R&B. And then they were about like a year and a half older than David and I. We were the next group coming up, Unchained Youth. We were funk and pop and R&B. And we all merged together. Make a long story short, we all merged together some years down the road and took the big trip out to LA, caravan out there,
Mm-hmm.
and had a few apartments and played so many gigs, regular hours, after hours, mid hours, loaded our own equipment, didn't have any roadies or anything. But it got us tough and it got us ready for the music industry. And we finally landed a deal at A&M Records. And then we changed the name to Atlantic Starr from the three names that we had because we were just called, I think we were just using the name New Band
Uh-huh.
until then. Yeah.
And so back in that time, now we're looking at what? Now we're going into the 80s when you all
Mm-hmm.
finally landed the deal.
Mm-hmm.
And the interesting thing is that for a group to be playing straight up R&B the way you all were, that was the thing, to get that many guys together and have a girl singing with them and that lead singer. But there was such a distinct sound that Atlantic Starr gave that just made folks fall in love with you all. And you and I talked about what that was. It's the poetry to it. And what else, Wayne?
Yeah. It's definitely the poetry. And melodically, there was something that I think kind of related to the audience as well, the soothing notes.
Yeah.
And then we had a producer who was just a genius, James
Yeah.
Carmichael. He's the one who was doing all the Motown stuff, and he produced the Commodores. But when he got a hold of us, it was like we were his kids or something. The way he got into our sound and got into us and just nurtured it and made it helped to greatly to make it what it was. We got to give a lot of credit to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One of the things that I remember is we have a friend, he did a lot of sound for you all, E.K. Jones or E. Kevin Jones.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, and that's how I was introduced to you all and came out on the road a couple of times. And I was backstage at a show and you all opened for Jeffrey Osborne. That's when he had left LTD and he was doing his solo piece. And when I tell you, after you all finished, I mean, the floor was just wiped up. Boom, 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 boom. Jeffrey had a hard time after that coming out, coming on after you all. And I said at that point to Kevin, I said, they're going to be headlining soon. And it was shortly after that that you all started going out on your own dates and you had some folks opening up for you. When
Yeah.
I think about Atlantic Starr, I just think about Circles. I think about Secret Lovers. I think about Always. I think about songs that had like we've been talking about, that poetry, that flow, that
Hmm.
is not like the music today.
No,
What are your
no.
thoughts about the music of today?
Well, because today they're not having the experiences that we had. People are not really falling in love with each other.
Mm,
It's more of a sexual attraction,
okay.
and lots of times babies come out of it, and then it's just baby daddy, baby mama, whatever. But it's not really
The
con-
romance.
yeah, the romance and connection between the two. So if you're not romancing, you don't have anything to talk about that has to
Hmm.
do with romance.
Hmm.
So you talk about the things that are going on in your life, and that's the bad part of today's music. They have lost, basically, like you said, they lost the romance. The
Hmm.
romance was lost. So, and then nobody plays a real musical instrument now. So music is not coming from their soul,
Hmm.
or and their heart and soul, and from their fingertips. They're just downloading a beat that's already there and then spitting to it. So it's not the same organic music that you was getting, you know,
Hmm.
back in the day.
So, in just a moment, we're going to play one of your videos from a recent show so people can get a taste for when we bring them back. That's the exciting news I wanted to share. They've been listening to Star and they've been hearing the commercial because we have a show coming up January 13th, the Martin Luther King weekend, and that is a Saturday. We'll be back at the Claremont Performing Arts Center. And tickets
Yeah.
are 20% off now through Christmas, and Christmas is Monday, y'all. So if you are going to join us there, as Wayne would say, in his living room, because you are a family, I'm going
That's
to
right.
invite you to go to ClaremontPerformingArts.com and I'll give you the phone number. But let's take a quick peek at a video of a recent performance.
All right.
And that's Melissa. That is the that's the current, I don't want to say lead singer, but that is the current female singer to
Yeah. Mhm.
Atlantic Starr. And
Yeah.
I asked Wayne something in an interview, and he said, Monica, you are not going to put me on the spot like that. But I will say this, that Melissa gives you that Sharon Bryant feel, doesn't she?
Hmm.
Doesn't
Yes.
she? Barbara Weathers, all of the singers brought their own flavor, but
Hmm.
Melissa, oh, Melissa gives it to you, gives it to you.
Yeah.
That note that she hit right there. Oh my goodness. Amazing. How did you find Melissa?
Um, actually, I was in the studio in my hometown in White Plains, and we were working on some demos, and I heard in Studio A, this sound was coming out. Somebody was singing a song like it's No Lie or something. It's no lie. And she was going on, and the beat was crazy. I was like, who was that in there? So I waited and waited till, I guess, till she came out to you know get a snack or water or something,
Mhm.
and I started talking to her, and found out that she was like close to my neighborhood, right
Okay.
around. We were all in the same area, so we started asking her, you sound kind of like your timbers is, timbers is the same as like you were saying, kind of like Sharon. So
Mhm.
would you be interested in just singing on some demos and stuff? And one thing led to another, and then we started taking her with us out on the road.
Mhm.
Yeah, but
And I
I
guess
heard,
the rest is history, huh?
yeah, and the rest is history. Yeah, yeah.
So the question remains, there's been a break in time that I guess people weren't doing a lot of live music. And
Hmm.
what do you do when you have time like that away from the stage?
Um, a lot of writing
Okay.
and a lot of getting personal lives together,
Okay.
because that's very important too, and it takes a lot of time to really, this was you then, so who are you now? Where are you going? What is your spiritual relationship, your connection with God? Why am I here?
Yeah.
Which it really helps more in your writing. And my family and I, we sing a lot of gospel music as well.
Okay.
And my brother David, who was the um, lead singer, and his wife Erin, she used to be a model for Halston. When
Hmm.
they came into the faith, that's what he does full time now.
Amazing. So
Yeah,
David is full on Christian music. All right.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So it's a lot that goes on outside of you know being on stage and uh, traveling.
Hmm.
That personal life is a lot,
Yeah.
and you must attend to it because
Yes.
there's so much going on out here right now. You have to make sure you are stable and you are headed in the right direction.
I have to say this to our viewers. While we are having that tech difficulty, we are hearing the actual voice of Wayne Lewis from Atlantic Starr, and he has taken on the role of moving this group forward. And they're coming to the Claremont Performing Arts Center January 13th. That is a Saturday evening. And we're inviting you to join us, and tickets are on sale at the Claremont Performing Arts Center. You can go to their website, Claremont That phone number to the Performing Arts Center is 352-394-4800. And one of the things that Wayne says is that his fans become more than just fans. What is it that you call your fans, Wayne, in the different cities that you perform in?
I call them family.
Family, family, family.
Family, that's right.
So
Because
it's almost like they're coming into your living room, huh?
yes, that's right. That's right.
So what do you do on your downtime? Do you take downtime? It sounds like you do.
Yeah, we take there's more downtime now than it used to be.
Mhm.
Uh because we used to be on the road so much back in the day. Now we gig once or twice a month,
Okay.
and we travel the US and we travel around the world, overseas.
Mhm.
Um so um again, like in the downtime, it's more self-care, and also we're trying to um, go into business now. We're dealing with record companies and trying to get all of our stuff back
Mm.
after 30 years, trying to get all of your, like Prince and everybody else who's trying to do, get all your masters and your publishing and all this stuff straight, because we tried to start our own another music company, and we wanted to have um, all new talent, all young people, real talented singers and musicians that play real instruments,
Okay.
and people that were interested in everything, any kind of artistic, acting, um, models, whatever. We were really trying to get a company together where we could exploit the talent of all the young people today, which will give them hope again and keep a lot of our young Black youth, off the streets and keep their mindset on going someplace, doing something great with their lives. But when the pandemic came in, it kind of killed all of that. So we're trying to now rethink it and rebuild it because that's a dream of ours. So in our downtime, we're trying to take care of a lot of things that we couldn't do when we were too busy.
So, can I ask personally, did you get married? Do you have children?
No, Barbara was my ex.
Barbara,
We,
as in Weathers?
yeah.
Barbara, as in Weathers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. But unfortunately, we didn't have kids. And my thing was after we broke up, I was doing a lot of dating, but I didn't want to make the mistake of having kids with somebody that I'm not going to be with. I didn't want to
Okay.
fall into that syndrome. I
Okay.
guess it's old school training.
You ain't want to be a baby daddy?
Right.
Okay. I'm not mad at that.
you know,
Speaking of family, you do have one of your nephews on the road with you.
actually, there's going to be two. One,
Two.
there's two my nephews. One is the keyboard genius, the programmer that
Mhm.
works with me and my brother Jonathan. Um, and the other is actually the lead vocalist who took my brother David's place. And so
Okay.
he's Sharma Carter, the one who took David's place, and the keyboard programmer, his brother Gabriel Carter. They're
Okay.
both going to be with us. And then David's son, who plays guitar, he's even more new and improved, and
Mm.
he's like Hendrix. David's son, he's coming
Get
out on the road with
out.
us as well. Yeah, so we'll have three of my nephews.
All right. It's nothing like
Yeah,
keeping it all in the family.
that's right. That's right.
Keeping it
Yeah,
all in the family. I
that's
am not mad at that. So again, we are so looking forward to seeing you. Again, that show date is January 13th. It's a Saturday in Claremont. Come on down to, I say, one of the best kept secrets in town because Wayne, Claremont is outside of Orlando. And a lot of times people don't go there, or people from Claremont don't come into Orlando. But
right.
with
I heard.
yeah, but Blue Light Entertainment is bringing some phenomenal gigs down there. And so it's going to open it up, I think, and bringing you guys back along with Glenn Jones. And there's a comedian, and the franchise players are going to be there too. It's going to be
Okay.
a night. It's going to be a night. And we are
Yeah,
so looking forward to it. Some of the
absolutely.
songs that you'll be doing that night, just give us a little bit of an idea, Wayne.
Oh, well, we're gonna try to hit all the hits.
Well, my circles, I gotta have my circles.
Yeah,
Okay.
circles and when love calls, uh, silver shadow,
Okay.
touch of four-leaf clover, and then we get into the ballads like "Am I Dreaming?"
Mm-hmm.
"Let's Get Closer." Of course, "Put a Message in a Bottle," "Send for Me."
Yeah.
Of course, "Secret Lovers," "Always," and just
Oh,
listen.
that's a
If your
lot.
heart isn't in it,
If
yeah.
your heart isn't in it, I was whistling that, and I blow people's minds because I can't sing a lick, but I can whistle. So
You can whistle.
yes,
I hear that.
I was whistling that song earlier. So it's funny. And again, I said I posted on Facebook, I get to fangirl tonight with you guys. And I'm just really happy. When I hear Atlantic Star music, it does make me happy. And I'm
Mm,
grateful that I get a chance to play Atlantic Star and Glenn's music and Alexander
yeah.
O'Neill and all of the oldies but goodies.
Mm.
during this show called Soul School Sundays, and it's on from
Okay.
5 to 10 p.m. And that's the show that we did our interview on this past Sunday. And it's so funny. I had left radio for just a moment for 3 years or so after Tom Joyner left, and I was doing my own thing. And we got a new program director in town. His name is
Mm-hmm.
Elroy Smith. And he invited me to come back to do what I thought was going to be a 1 hour morning show on Sundays called Point of View with Monica May, or Monica May's Point of View. Well, then he asked me that same day, but the people want to hear you. So we tried doing music. And I got to tell you, I was horrible as a DJ for the for today's music. I couldn't pronounce the names. It was just, oh, I was so out of my element. And I'm not a bad DJ. I'm pretty funny, and I keep it moving. So in 2 weeks later, he said, I'm researching a show that I think will be just right for you. And it's called Soul School Sundays. And it's the music from 70s, 80s, 90s, late 90s. We
Mm-hmm.
don't do really much in 2000, but I sit back and I'm in my groove then. So I'm hitting it with that one. But before
Yeah.
playing today's music, I was horrible, I got to tell you. And it was just really funny to me. And I think that's a good trait that I have. I can laugh at myself, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I remember one thing I asked you before is if you had one more thing to do, what would that be? What's the one thing, Wayne, before we wrap, that you haven't done that you really, really want to do? What is that?
Um, I've always wanted to be an actor, which is
Oh,
where I started out as an actor through high school and then after high school. And when we came to LA to pursue music, I figured that would lead me into acting. But the music part took up
yeah,
so much of my time because you don't realize how much time it takes once you get a deal to maintain it and keep it going and keeping those hits flowing and keeping
yeah.
um but I guess there's a reason for everything. Now I don't thirst to be an actor like I used to,
Hmm.
because especially when I look at the politics in it and all the things you got to go through, it's like, okay, maybe I'll just hang with the music. But
There's politics in music too now.
and music, oh, absolutely. And that's
Hmm.
why we're not thinking it anymore, because first of all, they don't even really want groups like us in it the way this industry is now. It's a whole
Mm,
nother world. It's a whole nother movie we have
yeah,
to talk about later.
yeah.
But um the other thing is I want to hit all the countries that I've never been to. I'm just curious about like places that I don't think a lot of people would want to go to now, China and Russia
Mhm.
and different places like that I've never been. But
Okay,
um I just want to be able to say I did everywhere in the world, you know?
okay. So
Yeah.
travel is on your list
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
things to do. Well, once again, anything you want to leave your fans with right now, this is the time to do it before we wrap this evening.
Yes, I want to say to you fans out there, I thank you so much for the love that you bestowed upon Atlantic Starr throughout all these years. We couldn't have done it without you. When we come to see you again, like this beautiful lady Monica has said, I'm gonna look at you like family, because that's what you were. You were
Mhm.
like family to us. You took care of us, and you helped get us where we're at. And we don't want anybody to feel like a stranger when we come. And I want to say to you, ladies, if you don't show up, I'm gonna be mad at you. I'm gonna be so mad.
They're
You
gonna
better
be
put
there.
that message at the bottom.
They are gonna be there. You wearing that hat though, I have to tell you that.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Thank
So,
you. Yeah.
excuse me again. The show is January 13th. That's a Saturday. I want you to come on
Hmm.
out. Tickets are 20% off until December 25th. The discount code is the word star. Why not? STARR. And you can go to Claremont Performing Arts Center in order to get your tickets. We want to see you there 7 p.m. It will be Atlantic Starr, special guest Glenn Jones, the franchise players, and comedy cougar. I've never heard her, but I hear she's very, very, very funny. So I'm really looking forward to that
Okay.
night. And also want to tell you, Wayne, that I was on the phone with Doug Hollis. This is a man that owned several McDonald's here. And we
Mm-hmm.
were talking on my way home this evening. And I told him that I was getting ready to do a YouTube with Atlantic Starr this evening. And he was like, What? What? That's one of my favorite groups. And
Oh,
so you hit in the generation just swings, you know?
yeah,
And
yeah.
so he will be there with his wife, as will a lot more folks. And you still have time to get those tickets. Again, Wayne Lewis from Atlantic Starr. Y'all know they're one of my favorites. So
Mm.
I'll be there as your host that evening. And I can't wait. And I'm sure Wayne can't either. Merry
Abs-
Christmas to you and your family,
Absolutely.
your
Same to
brothers and
you,
your
and
sisters. Yes.
happy
Can't
holidays.
Yes. Can't wait to see you. I know you are dashing out, so be safe
Thank you so much.
and
And you as
enjoy.
well.
And I thank everybody for watching again. One Take Live with Monica May. Merry Christmas to you all, and to all, a good night.